Hey, oh, there we go. Getting used to this live thing. Hey, what do you say? My name is Tommy Paradise. What's going on, DJ?
It's showtime, folks. We decided to get you guys live.
That's right. Changing things up a little bit here this week. We are live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Run-In Podcast, and Twitch, twitch.tv/The Run-In Podcast. You never know when we're going to go live on these things. So it's worth subscribing. out there. We do have quite a bit of new YouTube subscribers, so hopefully they are tuning in. It is the middle of the afternoon, though. Lunchtime here, almost on the East Coast. DJ, you surviving those earthquakes? I was gonna say, man, you wake up to any earthquakes or anything going on there in California?
Not yet. Anyway, but you might as well hold on. You
not
never know.
Tornadoes. Tornadoes is what I saw in the news. Not earthquakes. Tornadoes.
But that's the thing. An earthquake could happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got tornadoes. You got atmospheric rivers and floods. And
crazy. Can't wait to be out there.
Cats living together.
Yeah, I can't wait to be out there in a week. It's coming together, man. WrestleMania. I think next week we're gonna have to get into our itinerary and everything like that. Let everybody know where we're at. You still trying to decide on WrestleCon?
Oh, I'm definitely going to WrestleCon.
Okay.
I'm going on Thursday.
Oh, all right. So you're gonna be there nice and early. And then we got the Superstore. I think I'm hitting the Superstore on Monday. Let the chaos die down a little bit, and we kind of talked about it last week with the traffic and everything. Like I don't want to be running around all over the place. We've got something we're doing on Saturday. I believe it's going to be Saturday morning, and then I want to get over to SoFi, hang out in the parking lot, tailgate, meet some people and stuff like that. So I don't want to be running around. That's part of my goal. I don't want to be stuck in traffic all of Mania. I want to be in as little traffic as possible. So you've got a plan for us that you're going to share on Monday when we record. We're recording super early next week. We're going to record on Monday because we're both going to be traveling and all that stuff. So maybe you can give us all your tips and tricks on how to get around LA when it comes next week to next week's show. But
okay, yeah, I could. I'll do. In fact, so today we'll talk about food.
All right,
and then Monday. Monday we'll do how to get around.
All right. The Run-In podcast is brought to you by Figure Collections. Those bone crushing wrestlers, man, they are getting some great feedback from people in the wrestling figure community. They are getting great feedback from like the major wrestling figure podcasts and stuff like that. You guys can still grab them. Shop.figurecollections.com. Use the code RUN10, save yourself 10%. We're going to have Jack and Josh, who is kind of a silent partner of Figure Collections. We're going to have DJ doesn't even know this yet. Breaking news. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to have them on the podcast after Squared Circle Expo, which is the week after WrestleMania. So nice. About 2 weeks after WrestleMania, we'll be having them on to talk about the bone crushing wrestlers. We'll talk about what happened with Cella. Maybe do a little rise and fall of Cella episode. We'll see what happens. But I don't know how much they can talk about and how much they can't talk about. But dude, I'm getting pumped up for WrestleMania. Looking at my bank account, my bank account's not very excited. But I've been talking to the guys that I'm going with, and we're just different subject almost every day, talking about what we got going on. It's going to be a whirlwind of a weekend, but it's going to be so freaking worth it. My first Mania, never been. Can't believe it's actually happening. I cannot believe it's actually happening, that I'm actually going to WrestleMania. We're as we record this, we're 8 days away, man.
Whoa. Yeah, you're just hearing that out loud. Like
I know.
That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, we're, it's happening. We're gonna be in the building for 2 nights, watching guys get thrown around and through tables and everything. Man, and this the card's getting crazy.
It is.
So, which is good. Like, I'm like, okay, they are, they're they let that slow burn. Like, took the crock pot top off to let us smell all of the things that they've been slow cooking.
Yep. It's we're getting there, man. It's getting to be the last hurrah here right before it. Again, I just can't wait, man. Hopefully no flight delays. I'm a little nervous about flying in on Friday because we're going to the Ring of Honor show that Friday night. which I actually haven't even really been following. I know they're doing maybe when we record for next week's show, we can talk about that Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor show.
Right.
Just because I don't even really know what the card is. My buddy who is super into Ring of Honor has been kind of like letting us know what's going on, but it's been yeah, I just really haven't been paying attention. I'm kind of excited about that though. Like going in fresh, not knowing a whole lot about Ring of Honor, obviously never been to a Ring of Honor show. Never given Tony Khan really any of my money. So we'll see what happens, except for that Brody Lee figure. But we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. The whole weekend's going to be amazing. And we'll be vlogging and going live on Instagram and all that stuff as the weekend unfolds. We do have a good brother, good friend of the show, TNT 26X.
There he is.
26 times saying, hey, yo, in the chat, if you guys are watching live on Twitch or live on YouTube, make sure you check us out there and just say some words in the comments. We'll talk to you guys. But it's time to get into the ring and talk about this whole road to Mania and everything else that's going on in the world of wrestling. Let's get to it. One thing I meant to ask you, DJ, how's your daughter feeling about WrestleMania here?
I guess it's the one thing at a time. Like, so this Saturday is actually prom.
Oh, shit. She's got a big couple weeks here.
Yes. So she got prom this Saturday. And then next weekend, WrestleMania birthday weekend as well, like at the same time. So I guess it's just one kind of thing at a time. So she's, of course, she's got prom right in the front of her brain at the moment.
Wow, that's a busy couple weeks, man. She got a nice young man she going with, or what?
Yeah, he's cool.
That did not sound convincing. You want to try again, just in case he's listening?
Well, that's as far as I because it's not like a, it's not like a long-term boyfriend or anything.
Gotcha.
She's taking so I just, that's what I know of him so far. But I still gotta, do the push-ups before he comes in and get the wife beater on.
You own a gun. Do you own a gun?
I don't, but I got other things I can swing around while I'm talking to him. And
man, I'm so glad I only have a son. Because with a son, you just have to worry about one dick. With a daughter, you got to worry about all the dicks. Sorry.
Thank you, man.
Sorry. Sorry. Well, anyway, let's get talking about some WrestleMania here. We already touched on it a little bit. The card is really filling out, man. We've got, as we know, of course, we got Charlotte and Rhea, Bianca and Asuka, Brock and Omos, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus for the IC title. Austin Theory and Cena. I gotta be honest with you guys. I am enjoying Austin Theory at this moment. I think he is a great heel.
Yeah.
He is making you hate him,
which is his job.
Yes, exactly. Of course, we got Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control, Edge and Finn Balor in the Hell in a Cell. It sounds like we're getting Demon Finn, man, on in that Hell in a Cell. There's little drops.
Yeah. No, that's like the promo.
Hints.
That promo that Edge had on Raw, like bring your demon. Yeah, and I've not been, this will be my first time being, I've not seen the Demon Finn live before. So
yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a Hell in a Cell. Yeah, so we kind of touched on that last week, man. That we have not, or we're getting a lot that we haven't seen before in person, and that is one thing that I'm definitely looking forward to. But what else we got on this card here? Of course, we got Seth and Logan Paul, Roman Reigns, and Cody. Night one will be Seth versus Logan Paul. Night two, Roman versus Cody. The rest are like undetermined as far as what night they're going to be on. I think we did hear Charlotte and Rhea is going to main event night one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Roman and Cody main event night two. But we got Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez taking on 3 teams to be decided. It's going to be a fatal 4-way tag match. This is kind of a cool way to get, I think, kind of bring back the tag team division because they're doing the same thing with the men's. We got Braun and Ricochet versus the Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders. Kind of make tag teams a big deal again. Like, it really has not been, the tag team division has not been prominent, I feel like, in WWE in quite some time. I mean, you have the Street Profits, you have these tag teams, but a lot of it up until recently has just been these teams like Braun and Ricochet thrown together.
Well, it's kind of like we, when we were discussing the brackets, the WrestleMania brackets, and we did bring up the match in 31, where they had all the tag teams. Yeah, they say, okay, we couldn't, we had all of these storylines that we're having come to an end at this WrestleMania. Okay, and we have all these people left. So we got a battle royal, and we had a tag team. This match with multiple tag teams in it.
Yep.
And which is a great way to get everybody a check. Like I'm all for get the roster a check, man.
Right.
There's enough. There's 6 hours here. We got enough time.
Right. And they busted our ass all year long for being on the house shows and things like that. I understand celebrities and old retro guys need to come back.
Tradition, yeah.
Right, exactly. But at the same time, it's like, get as many of these guys on the card as you can, and you can build something from these tag team matches. I'm curious to see who the other 3 teams are going to be in the women's division. Obviously, I think Ronda and Shayna Baszler are going to be in that. But as far as the others go, I don't know what they like. Who else they could add?
Have we heard from the Iconics in the last?
I mean, one of them just had a baby. They said they're officially retired from wrestling. So I think we're going to get Chelsea Green and either Carmella or Piper Niven in there. Right. Okay. They were just on Raw this past week.
True.
Something happened, I guess, with Carmella. She may have gotten hurt. But dude, I got to say, I'm actually enjoying this Chelsea Green gimmick. It's probably not that's on the top of anybody's list, but I got to be honest, like when she's on, I'm cracking up at her angle of I'm going to talk to the manager. Or I'm going to go on social media. Like I'm loving Karen Green here. It's entertaining. It's not your traditional like bullshit. I'm going to call this person a bitch and then we're going to have a fight. It's like she's a character, and I don't
like
feel
that. Or what's her name that like never like has like the best entrance and never actually wrestles.
Is it Shotzi?
No, what's her name with the red hair?
Hair.
Yeah.
Oh, Gigi?
Nope. No. Like that's not. She's not even like. So I don't even know if she's on the roster right now. But she's like
red hair. Who?
Like always has like they has this whole big entrance and then like I'm hurt or something like that. When
Eva Marie.
Yes.
Oh, pink. Her hair was red, but I'm thinking like orange, like Becky Lynch. But
right. But yeah, it's almost like that. It's almost that gimmick, but actually, there's some wrestling that happens with Green. Yeah.
Yes, the Eva Marie, like I can't wrestle, I'm hurt thing. That was pretty good. The Chelsea Green, though, I think she's killing it. She's actually like a legit like she can wrestle too. She can
wrestle. Yeah.
The last match we didn't mention was the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed tag team championship of the world,
which some people think should be the night one
main event. I see both. I feel like you got to put the women on at least one night. Have them at women main event one night, have the men main event another. I think it's only fair. But yeah, it's definitely going to be one of the highlights of the night is going to be that match there.
See, I do this one second to last on night 2, like right before Roman.
Yeah,
that's the way I would do it.
That's a lot. People's heads might explode.
That's the point. So, I would do. Here we go. We're gonna both bloodline storylines right here, right? The last 2 things to happen at WrestleMania.
It might be like that Dave Chappelle skit where the guy's in the KKK and he's blind and he doesn't know he's black and he takes his mask off and everybody explodes.
Time for the truth.
What is, I mean, aside from the main events here and the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, what is one match that you're looking forward to that might be under the radar a little bit?
Let's see. That's a
I can
good
give
question.
you mine if you need a second.
Yeah,
to
go
think
ahead.
about it. I'm going Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. I feel like the three of them are just going to beat the shit out of each other. Like, those are three guys that don't care. Like, they will be stiff. Like, I just feel like they're going to have a great match. I feel like I can really get behind Bianca and Asuka too, even though, you know, the women's matches haven't been super strong, but I think those are two women that can certainly go.
Yeah. Let's see.
I know everybody was thinking I was going to say Brock and Omos, but
yeah. So sorry to disappoint there, right? I think we are underestimating that we're gonna have a freaking Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think and I think on purpose, like they just kind of put that in there, you know, like, you know, hey, you know, there's going to be a Hell in a Cell, and then Roman and not, you know, so they just kind of, I think on purpose, they're not really selling this Hell in a Cell like this is a Hell in a Cell, you know. So yeah, I think something crazy is gonna happen.
Somebody's definitely going off the top of the cell. Somebody is definitely going off the top.
So I think that's the thing. I think people are like, we're not really paying attention. We're not, like, every time I'm looking at people commenting on the card, they're commenting on something else. Like we're thinking about the main event or whatever, and which is good. Like, that's good that you're thinking about the main event, but there's a Hell in a Cell in the middle of this 2 days here.
Right. We put on our Instagram, going to it now, that it was, what match are you least interested in? And it was a little grid, 9 of the matches. The tag team ones are getting a lot of hate. The tag team showcases. But I gotta say, the one I'm looking forward to the least is definitely Brock and Omos. I think everybody's that's going to be everybody's beer. Go get a beer, go take a piss, whatever you got to do match. I don't see a whole lot of people sticking around for that match. Although, like I've said, like, I want to see Brock Lesnar live. I have only seen him live once. It was a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. He ran in, grabbed the briefcase, and ran out. Like, it wasn't like he went in there and beat the shit out of everybody. So I might stick around for that match. We'll see. But
I don't know. Yeah, like you said, that is I don't know for that match. Did they announce a musical, that there's going to be a musical guest?
Not yet, but there has been like Snoop is on the poster.
I'm about to say Snoop's on the poster now.
So I would not be surprised. I mean, we're going to be in LA, man. Like, I know it's like secondary nature for you guys out there, but there's probably going to be celebrities all over the place.
Well, sure. Like, that's, I mean, just WrestleMania in general, not just LA.
I mean, Tommy Paradise and DJ are going to be in the building.
Yep, in the parking lot, in the building, at some of the eateries around Inglewood. We'll be there.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. But even the people, you know, those other people that are in movies and TV, I think are going to be sprinkled around.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'd like to see if there, because usually there's somebody comes out and does a musical number at one of the nights, and it would be like, I think people would lose it if it's Snoop Dogg and or Dr. Dre.
Yep.
I'm there for that.
Anything catch your eye on Raw this week as far as heading up to the road to WrestleMania here? I gotta say I mean, we've said it 100 times already. The promo between Cody and Roman and Sammy and Kevin, like the whole bloodline angle is good. I'm glad that we got Roman and Cody though in the ring without Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens,
right?
Because I'm glad they're starting to kind of separate them.
I'm about to say this is going to be 2 different matches. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I'm glad that, you know, we're getting, we got Sammy on his own, doing his thing. away from Cody and Roman. And I do like that Cody said, stop mentioning my father. I'm not him. And he brought up his Cuban mother instead, because I am all for. I was so worried that like the whole build up for this match was going to be, I'm doing it for my dad. My dad never got this, because in the beginning of that, he really did mention his dad a lot. Now,
they even showed the picture of, when Dusty won the count out or disqualification, whatever it was, and was holding up the belt, right? So, and him thinking all his life that was his dad winning that match, winning the title in that match.
Yeah. So hopefully, that's the end of that, and Cody can be his own human being. But other than that, man, it's just been like, storyline build and stuff like that. So I think Rhea Ripley and Charlotte too, man, could really tear the house down, to be honest with you.
Because Rhea, we got to give it up. Like she's
killing it.
Yeah, and she's not the same. Like she's been saying, like she's not the same wrestler as she was when she had those other matches with her. She's seasoned now, so like she's a vet, and this is going to be good. I think that's going to be a good match. I think both women's titles matches are about to be good.
Yeah, same here.
Let's see I want to get Phil's take after those two matches.
We are getting some news on Hall of Fame people. We got Andy Kaufman going to be elected to the Hall of Fame. Now, we kind of talked about this. Are you going to SmackDown in the Hall of Fame on Friday night, or are you staying away from that?
I think I'm gonna chill. I think I got enough. I think to do. I think we're gonna be at the house and have a pizza, and
there you go. Get ready for Saturday.
Yeah.
So Andy Kaufman going to the Hall of Fame, absolutely well deserved. Andy Kaufman is one of my favorite performers of all time. I know he's like a little bit before my time, but when Man on the Moon came out, I watched it and I got not obsessed with him, but I really started to like look up stuff about him and things like that. So he's always been one of my, I don't know the word I'm looking for, because he's not a hero or anything like that, but just somebody I admired and somebody whose work I really appreciated. So it's cool to see him going into the Hall of Fame.
I want to see if the lounge singer
Tony Clifton
comes in and inducts him.
I think that would be sweet. I think it's going to be Lawler that inducts him, though. I feel like it has to be Lawler.
Tony Clifton, I'll lose it. Like if Tony Clifton comes up.
I mean, there's some people that think he's still alive, so you never know.
Excuse me, miss. You're sitting in some cottage cheese. Oh wait, that's your ass.
Yeah. Pat McAfee, unfortunately, is done for now with WWE. He's got too much on his plate, they said. At first, I was like, man, I wonder if this is just like something to kind of get him off our mind here for a little bit leading up to Mania, because maybe he's going to have some kind of Mania match or something like that, but it doesn't look that way. It looks like he's actually done with WWE for a bit.
Well, Rogers hasn't signed yet, so he's got to.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got to stay on top of that.
Which sucks, because I was looking forward to seeing McAfee at WrestleMania. Even if he was wrestling, like he is a great wrestler.
He's really even just watching him dance on the table during entrances. Like
when Shinsuke comes out, yeah. Yep. There's rumors that are
blaming him.
Yeah, there's rumors going around that there's a ref going into the Hall of Fame this year. I got on here. It cannot be the Hebners. I mean, but it's weird that if you're going to put a referee into the Hall of Fame, I say it can't be the Hebners, because the Hebners left WWE on very bad terms, as far as like, not even like, oh, fuck Vince McMahon. They were printing bootleg merchandise and essentially stealing from WWE. So I don't think it can be the Hebners at all. My thought was Mike Chioda, or Tim White, who used to be a ref, and he was like Andre's handler and stuff. And I think he's, still do stuff backstage, or did he pass away? He might have passed away, actually. Now that I'm starting to say that, Tim White referee, yeah, he passed away last June. So maybe it's him. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I gotta say, I don't think
Teddy Long in.
Teddy Long's in. Teddy Long is in already. Yeah.
Okay.
Player. Yeah, I gotta say it's I think it's got to be Mike Chioda, man. He was with WWE. Think about, like, he's probably one of the guys that was at like the first Raw, or that first season of Raw, at least. Sure. Like white meat babyface with the mullet. I feel like it's got to be him, because it can't be the Hebners. Otherwise, my first thought would be the Hebners, but
unless they kissed and made up.
Paid back all that money he stole, printing bootleg merchandise. But
hey, like I think we've probably seen worse and still been able to come back.
That's true. That's true.
Because the Hebners are like for referees. That's definitely like I mean they should be definitely in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So, that's a tough one.
They were really like the first referees whose names we knew.
Well, from the Hogan screw job,
Brett Screwjob. Oh, no, you're right. Hogan, my bad.
Yeah, Hogan
because of the whole thing with Andre and all that.
See the dollar bills falling out the back of his pocket. Gee.
July 18th, 2005, WWE announced that Hebner was fired from WWE for selling WWE merchandise without permission. Hebner's identical twin brother Dave was released from WWE as well on June 19th in connection with these events. So
it just sounds funny. I don't know. That's a hilarious headline to me. I don't know why.
TNT 29X bringing up a great point in the chat. What about Charles Robinson? It could definitely be Charles Robinson. Little Nate. I didn't even think he hasn't been on TV in a while. He shaved his head, so his hair's gone.
Right.
But I didn't even think about him, man.
Chuck.
That's a great point. Great point by TNT 26 times. Could be Charles Robinson, but I still say if they're back on good terms with Mike Chioda, it's Mike Chioda. I think he was in WWE longer than Charles Robinson, but still a great point. It really could be either one of them at this
Robinson,
point.
That was like more WCW, right?
Right. That's where he got the little Nate motif and everything like that. So, but big news of the week. Biggest news of the week, maybe. Goldberg. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you. Motherfucker is finally done with WWE. They could not come to terms on a contract. He's apparently been done since the end of the year with WWE.
They owe me one more match.
Yeah, fuck off.
And they're like, no, we don't.
We don't owe you shit. Yeah, he was just saying you owe me one more match. Here we are. They don't owe you shit. God. But I think the interesting thing is Tony Khan mentioned that he would be interested in bringing Goldberg into AEW. Don't do it, man. Like, what is he going to really do for you?
What would he do to that locker room? Like, cause
the locker room, if Goldberg butts heads with Triple H and Vince and their negotiations are going sour and stuff, how is he going to deal with Tony Khan?
Tony Khan, CM Punk, Kenny Omega, like
the Young Bucks.
Like, because he's going to say, oh, so my character, I should be champion at least once, and then in that match, I should win it in about 40 seconds. So, and then I want to hear what whoever the champion is has to say about that.
Right.
Tony doesn't like, as we know, like he lets everybody take, oh, you guys do your artistic thing and do whatever you want. So, so I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just let him, ride into the sunset here.
Yep. Let him be done, do his TV thing. Not a whole lot going down on AEW last night. Solid show. I thought the Kenny Omega match with Vikino, I guess that's how you say his name, was pretty good. I didn't know who that was. I actually cracked up because one of my favorite things about being friends with Phil on Facebook is scrolling through Facebook and then seeing the comments he leaves on things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Kenny Omega dream match coming up on AEW Dynamite this week. And it was, whose dreams are these? And I just was dying at that, not expecting a whole lot from this match. And then I'm watching it last night while I'm doing a fantasy baseball draft. And I'm like, this match is fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
There's that Kenny Omega match. If you guys have not watched it, if you're not an AEW fan, go back and watch it. Great fucking match. I'm not a huge Kenny Omega guy. I'm not a huge AEW guy, as we've talked about, but that match was fucking solid. Great match.
Because that was a classic. They put on a classic AAA match. And what I mean by AAA, not the like for the folks scoring at home, that is the Mexican wrestling league,
Not the car service.
not the car service. And I'm going to talk about Vikingo.
Vikingo?
Yeah.
I don't know how to fucking say it.
El Hijo Vikingo.
The guy that looked like he should be in a Street Fighter movie.
I mean, he probably would have done a better job than most of the people in it. But yeah, I'm going to talk about him more in a minute with our winners and losers. But man, he I think I think people know, like, kind of like what happened with Ray, and it did remind me of that match on Nitro with Ray and Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you're just kind of tuning in just to watch, sit back and watch some wrestling, and then these two wrestlers get your attention right in that match. And I think that happened for Vikingo.
Yeah. Solid match. We also saw that I wanted to say the Viking Raiders, not the Viking Raiders.
No, not the Viking Raiders.
FTR was, I keep seeing Viking on the sheet, and that's what makes me think of the Viking Raiders. That we see the FTR challenging the Ass Boys for the AEW tag titles and said, if we can't beat you, we will leave AEW. Does this mean they're going back to WWE? You think so?
It is looking that way. Because they never closed the door on WWE. They just, wanted to do the whole thing where they go and wrestle on all the other companies. And
Dax just had a whole podcast about Triple H.
Right. So I don't even think I don't even think it was all about that they were because there's no way they were unhappy. They were winning championships. So nobody.
Yeah, but at the end there, and I don't know if this was like when they where this at the end there, or they were doing some stupid shit. And I don't know if that was like when things started to go bad, or if things had already gone bad at that point, but they were doing some like comedy relief stuff, and they're obviously way better than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, in which Trips doesn't really, there's not a whole lot of comedy. Like he has his characters that are for comedy, and then he knows
Otis.
Work. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think I think they know, in fact, who was booking NXT when they were these badasses on NXT. So so they know what's up. And they see what's going on the tag team championship, like we talked about, has become like most of the titles in AEW is their participation awards to me.
Yeah.
So
yep. Javier Diaz says, generally speaking, those that say they want to have a winner leaves town match usually lose and they have to leave. Then I'm sure WWE will be like, welcome home, y'all.
No, I agree.
I do too, man. I do too. And as we were talking about like a few minutes ago with the stuff going on with like the kind of shifting focus onto, certain tag teams and stuff like that. Maybe that's what maybe this is, all part of the plan. Maybe they show up. Maybe we have this match next week, because I don't think they ever said when this match was going to go down. Did they, or did I miss it? I don't remember. If you guys know, say it in the comments. But yeah, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be next week or not, but it's like, if it's next week, that sets up for them showing up on Raw on Monday night. So we'll have to wait and see.
Because that was another thing I saw, that Triple H is planning like this huge Raw after Mania.
Are you going to that?
No, I'll probably will probably be on the road. I'll probably be listening to it. Yeah, because it's like I like getting back without and being like, I like having a day before going back to work.
I hear you.
But yeah, so that is that's very interesting stuff. I want to see what happens to the IWC, like how the IWC is going to feel about FTR.
Yep.
When they do that, because they have as a group, they seem very punk rock, right?
Yeah.
Like, the punk rock, like they love the band while the band is broke and they're in the playing in dungy bars and everything. But as soon as they get a contract and start doing music videos, they suck. They sold out. Like, you're not supposed to get paid for what you do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Daniel Garcia was my only last comment about AEW. Before I talk about Daniel Garcia here for a second, Javier Diaz says technically they could pull a Mania debut like the Hardys, which would be cool.
They could.
I just watched that clip again, like it popped up on my Instagram, and it was crazy. That pop, almost as loud. Well, it probably was louder than Dolph Ziggler cashing in after Mania. My only last thought on AEW last night was Daniel Garcia. First time I really saw him and cut a promo and stuff. Man, all I could think of was this guy is a motherfucking Wahlberg from Wish.com. That's all I could think of. I'm not a fan, but that's gonna be Adam Cole's first match back. That'll be next week on AEW. So I'm curious to see how Adam Cole looks. I'm not an Adam Cole hater like a lot of the world. But we'll see what happens. Before
not a hater. Yeah, not a hater at all. It's just probably what you're thinking though. It's just like, so you hear people talk so much about, oh, they did this, that, and the other. Like WWE treated them like however they want to say that WWE treated them. But we're seeing these guys, like, so Adam Cole, Keith Lee.
Keith Lee.
As two examples here of people that I feel like they make me feel like we might learn something else, but just outside looking in, it just seems like they didn't want to do the work. Like, that's what it looks like. And then, okay, I'm going to go somewhere where they're not going to push me this hard. And then when they didn't get pushed that hard, they don't look as good. So, that's what it looks like to me. Like, let's see if let's see if Adam Cole bounces back, because he did, like you said, he didn't. I don't think he looked all that good when he.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see. I've never been an Adam Cole hater, but curious to see how his match back goes. And then Alexa was on The Masked Singer, which is funny because she was just tweeting about like, if they want to use me, they know where to find me. I thought that was very, very, very ironic. I mean, she knew exactly what she was doing.
Sure.
But
because Masked Singer is like, come on, like anybody, like, I don't know, like, just to give you guys because I did do TV movie extra for a while. This stuff is recorded she probably recorded that a long time ago. So
yeah.
So yeah, and even like, I mean, she's one of those, like, she's put in her dues. Like, if she wanted to take even if she did take a couple of weeks to go do The Masked Singer, she can.
Right. She also posted on Instagram that she went and got her skin checked because she noticed like a spot on it or whatever, and she had some kind of cancer, but they found it quick enough where they could just remove it. So
get yourselves on those tanning beds, folks.
Like Nick Thompson from the Fig Cave says, wash your hands and get your skin checked. That's what you gotta do. Turn your head and cough. Check your balls. Maybe that'll be my new sign off. Check your balls for prostate cancer.
Well, you gotta do a little bit more than that for prostate cancer, but yeah,
that's true. Stick a finger in your butt for prostate. Oh, we're getting all kinds of out of hand here. By the way, In the Ring is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use the code RUNINPOD over at SeatGeek.com for any concert, sporting events, comedy show, anything you need tickets for, and use that code RUNINPOD. You'll save $20 on your first order over at SeatGeek.com. I forgot to mention that when we first got on here. Time for winners and losers of the week. My winner, it's pretty much the same as what it was before, or what it's been, where it's Roman, Cody, KO, the Usos, and Sami Zayn. Man, that whole bloodline, 12 degrees of separation thing is it's just been so good. And my losers of the week, multiple. It's something we've talked about on the pod here recently.
Yes.
Something that I feel like has been going on for a long time. It is the fans at the airports. It is, you guys, Nick Thompson said this on the Fig Cave this week. If you're one of these guys and you're listening to our show, stop. Do not go to the airports looking for these people. So Rhea Ripley tweeted
piles of stuff.
Right. People need to respect that no means no. At airports, do not follow me outside. Today has put me off completely. I will not sign anything that isn't a personal photo of us anymore. Hate me. I don't care. Disagree with me. Try putting yourselves in our shoes for one bloody day. That's my whole thing. It's fine. You're at the arena and you see them walking in to when you see them walking into the arena, getting from their car or whatever. That's fine. That's one thing. You see them even like out to dinner at a show, after a show, maybe, but don't walk up to them at the airport when they're trying to get home or trying to get to their next stop.
Or you know how traveling is, man.
Absolutely. With a cardboard thing of pops or a bunch of, upper deck cards or whatever, figures, whatever. I used to be in a Facebook group. It's weird that this is getting a lot of pop now, by the way, because I feel like this has been a thing
Pushing
for like
back
the last 10 years, though. I remember Sasha Banks tweeting about this. And I always thought it was fucking weird when people did this. And then we see the video of Rey Mysterio. We see the video of Liv Morgan. And now Rhea Ripley out there tweeting this. And it's like, dude, these people are off the clock. Yes, they get paid a ton of money. Yes, they're in the public eye. But chill the fuck out and let them get home. Like Montez Ford, my kid's favorite WWE superstar. We go to the airport. If he's there, maybe I just point him out to my kid, but I'm not going to be like running up to him with a million things to sign. I probably wouldn't even ask him for a picture because of how, they're trying to get home. They're off the clock, essentially. Like, just let them live.
Exhausted.
So, funny story about this, though. My buddy, we just had 90s Con up here in Hartford. And like Mark Paul Gosselaar was here, a bunch of people from Saved by the Bell, 90210. And my buddy who travels for work all the time, he posted on Instagram on Monday, no picture or anything, just like a text thing in his story. Just had a drink with Ian Ziering at the bar at the airport. Ian Ziering from 90210.
Right.
But it was like they just happened to be sitting next to each other at a bar at the airport. It wasn't like my buddy went out and found him. No. Or like, and that's the thing is like these people figure out when they're leaving, when they're flying, when they're landing. It's just so fucking crazy. And then it's like not even fans. It's people that are trying to sell this
gripe.
shit.
Yep. That is my gripe.
For profit. And that's, I mean, having a kid run up to, like I said, having a kid run up to Montez Ford for a picture or something, that's one thing. But to have them sign a poster board full of pop cases.
No.
And cards and figures and stuff, that's just
absolutely
knock it off.
Pay, like, if you're, and I like, so I can hear the pushback. Oh, this is my living. Okay, so pay the money when they have signings to have them sign that stuff and then sell it, but not when they're in their private lives.
But that's the thing, they don't want to pay. We'll get to weekly purchases, but I just paid a premium to have Ric Flair sign something.
That's what I'm trying to say. So,
yeah, and they're trying to get away from that that they can make more money. But
right, so then you're gonna have to if that's an issue, then you're gonna have to find another way.
Right, exactly. Or if you own a store and you're bringing these back to your store, don't be a shitbag and book these people to pay Fighterman, however the fuck you say it, and get these people to come to your store.
That's it,
and that's it. It's just. It pisses me off. And the people who defend it are just, they get paid to do this. They get paid to wrestle in the ring.
Yeah.
They get paid. Yes, they get paid to be a public figure, but that doesn't mean you can stalk them and have them sign a million things at the airport. I like Nick Thompson, again, on the Fig Cave, our good brother. He says he just wants to see one of these videos where these guys sign stuff and they write the wrong name.
Yeah.
And they just ruin their fucking product.
Hogan.
Although the fucking people would be like, oh, I've got a Rey Mysterio signed pop, but it's signed, Joe Smith. It's an error autograph. I'm going to charge 3 times this. All I think of is fucking comic book guy from The Simpsons.
Right. Yeah. Good luck trying to sell that.
Well, anyway, I'll get off my tangent here. Who do you like for your or who do you got for your winner and losers of the week?
Well, just like I would just want to. There is no defense. Yes, there isn't. But unfortunately, Javier, there are some crazies that will fight that will die on that hill for whatever reason. Just real quick to go back on your winners here. I mean, they just had like anybody that is still a Roman hater, like, you know, still thinking that we're back at WrestleMania 31 and you're still mad that he got the main event spot over Daniel Bryan, and you're still there. That's what it seems to be for people that hate Roman. He and Cody just had a main event on Raw with just promo.
Right.
No physicality. All microphone.
Yeah,
promo.
I don't understand the haters still.
So I've like, there's no way, like, again, like, if you like, so and I'm not trying to bash Kenny Omega.
I was gonna bring up Kenny Omega too.
Yeah, but if you like him and you like him, right? Just go like Kenny Omega. I saw all the Kenny Omega signs and everything on the AEW show. Like your boy. But there's no way in the world there would be a last segment of Dynamite where he's just going to talk to his opponent in the next pay-per-view premium live event, and that's going to be and you're going to be excited about the match after he finishes talking. That's not going to happen.
Right.
Okay, so he doesn't have that kind of mic skill. So stop telling me, like, again, that's old to tell me that Roman doesn't have any mic skill. That's an old thing. But yeah, they had an entire main event just talking. Yep. That is like, I mean, that should blow your mind. Like, that doesn't happen.
I was gonna say that you know, the same people that hate on Roman for being a boring champion are the people that were super excited when Kenny Omega was champion at AEW. Like, I got nothing against Kenny Omega, but like his storylines,
companies and taking their belts.
Yeah, his storylines were dry as fuck. So like it's apples and oranges. This storyline has everybody jazzed up. Again, going back to that pop at the Royal Rumble when Sami Zayn smacked him with the chair, like people went nuts. It's like this is the biggest storyline in wrestling in quite some time. But yeah, who do you got for your winners and losers here?
All right, so winner is El Hijo Vikingo. If I'm butchering that, I'm sorry, but yeah, basically the Viking, like in English, the Viking.
I'm definitely butchering it when I say it. So.
And my boy is I went and looked up some stuff. He's an inch shorter than Rey Mysterio.
Vikingo?
Yes.
Vikingo, whatever.
Yep.
Wow.
He's an inch shorter. He just kind of so the reason why you don't see that is because he does the Macho Man kind of fool you visually kind of thing. Like, because Macho Man was, you know, quote, a small guy, but when you were watching him in, you know, 80s, 90s, you didn't really realize that.
Yeah.
But he was smaller than most of the guys he was wrestling.
Yep.
Because of the way he carried himself and the outfits and everything. So that's why, like, so he's wearing that Viking outfit. He walks like he does like Macho Man. He puts his arms out a lot. He walks on his tippy toes just like Macho Man does. So you didn't really realize, you know, and you know, and I'm not a spot, like, because the reason why we're not big, like, say, elite fans is that we're not big on spot wrestling, like matches that are just a lot of spots. And this guy, he did a lot of spots, but damn if he didn't nail each one of them, you know. So yeah, he get like, and now I bet people know his name now. If you watch this match, you know his name. You at least try to say his name. So yeah, he definitely gets winner for the week. Loser, Riho. Did you see this?
I saw her come out last night,
Jesus, what are we doing?
Nobody likes Riho except for Kyle Peterson, unfortunately. Kyle Peterson loves her.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Like, and you can come on and try to convince me. Like, you're welcome on the show to try to come on and convince me why I should be a Riho fan. That's ridiculous. She came out in a little girl's skirt, waving a cardboard tube around that was bigger than her. It looked, and then they're supposed to run away scared. Like, it reminded me of Eddie Kingston selling the sparklers going off in the exploding ring match. That's what that reminded me of. Why? I'm like, why would they run from her? Like, you know, I'm watching, like, why would they run? Why? Why? So I just, like, that was it. I I didn't like it, and I'm so she is like a Goldberg for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's like why I don't understand why we're supposed to be excited about her as a wrestler.
She's like, and this has nothing to do with her wrestling ability, but she's like, I'm worried for her because she's so skinny that like somebody is gonna fucking break her.
And that's the point. It's like, so I know I'm like, this is wrestling. I'm supposed to suspend my reality and everything, but it's like, but still, like you're saying, like she looks like she weighs about 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And so when she does a move, I'm like, so why should I believe that move did anything
Right.
to anybody? So I'm just like, this is a whole thing. I feel like Kenny Omega brought her over. Everybody's supposed to be excited because Kenny Omega gave her like says that she's good, and
Gave her the rub.
yeah, and I'm like,
Pun intended.
no, and I'm one of the people that I'm like, no, I'm not giving it to her. Like, I'm not gonna do it just because you said like that. She does not convince me. So stop.
Agreed. Buy, sell. This is a part of the show where we take our rumors or rumors from the world of wrestling, and we tell you if we are buying or selling them. This isn't really a rumor, but it's a subject, if you will, that came up this week. I forget what show he said it on, and I apologize that I don't remember. But Bobby Lashley went out and said that he wants to team up with Brock Lesnar and form a modern day version of the Road Warriors. I am all for that. I think that would be a great tag team. The problem is they're both so good on their own that it's like, well, you got to make up. I think you got to make up for those two spots on the roster somewhere else. Like you're losing two of your biggest guys, but I think it would still be amazing. Even if it was just like a temporary thing, I think it would still be amazing to see. Give them some shoulder pads. Who would beat them? Who would beat them? Nobody.
So no, it would I think it would be an awesome tag team to watch. I think so another thing that I'm acknowledging here is that so you have like say the Usos, for example, that I think they're ready to be singles. Them and the Street Profits.
Yeah.
So you can bring in FTR and make them a tag team, and then boom, you still have a cabinet for your in fact that would probably be a heck of a match, like those two versus FTR. So or a heck of a rivalry even. So but yeah, because those four guys I think are ready to do a single thing. So I think they still have so to answer your question, I think they do have the capacity to let them do that tag team and then still have singles wrestlers to be able to have some compelling singles matches still.
Yep. I'm buying that 100%. It'd be great. Who you buying or what are you buying or selling?
Well, all up and down your feeds, you're probably seeing like Randy Orton is, rumored to be ready to wrestle and to probably be in LA. Now
so I just saw. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just saw he is going to be in LA, like confirmed,
right?
But no word on if he's wrestling or not, obviously.
And I like that. Don't tell me anything. Like, okay, he's in LA. That makes me excited. So I'm okay with like dirt sheet saying, hey, this guy was at the airport or whatever. I'm okay with that. But don't try to tell. I don't like when they try to tell you, oh, he's gonna be in this match or he's gonna come. No, don't tell me that. Like I don't under. Like I just heard like I'm a Busted Open fan. Dave LaGreca was going off on this, like how he hates.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to know the main, months before Mania, what's going to be the main event.
Yeah, we've talked about that here. I don't like it either. I'm not a fan of that.
So, and they went off on one of the call, this show is like when we do it this way, it's almost like having callers. Like they have callers on that show, and him and Bubba, like they destroyed this guy that came on, and like he was a Uncle Dave fan. And all this, like Bubba's like, okay, what's the star thing? Like, like what's a 4.5 star compared to a 4-star match? And then, so just to show how bullshit it was. And then he's like, okay, so who would you trust more telling you about a match, me or Dave Metzler? And then the guy, as soon as he was about to say, he's like, "You're wrong," and then they start going off on like this guy's never taken a bump. He doesn't know what it's like to be in the ring. He doesn't know anything. He's like, he's basically you. How can you trust what he has to say about a match over somebody that has been like Bubba Ray has done everything.
Right.
He's done everything. So he's like, how can you trust what he's saying over what I'm saying? So they destroyed this guy. So same thing here with Dirt Sheets.
Yeah, I hate it. We're going to pay some bills real quick. If you're listening not live, if you're listening live on YouTube or Twitch, you're just going to hear awkward silence for a quick second. And then that's how I know where to edit. And then we'll be right back with housekeeping. This is the awkward silence I was talking about. All right. Housekeeping is brought to you by Homage. Guys, head over to runinpod.com right now. Click on deals. I'm doing it right now. And click on Homage. Homage is now getting ready for WrestleMania. They've got a ton of new stuff up there. They've got a ton of new NFL shirts because, you know, NFL season is right around the corner. They've also got a ton of brand new MLB shirts to get you ready for Major League Baseball season, including some MLB satin starter jackets, the old school like bullpen jackets that the guys used to wear. You'll know them as soon as you see them. If you're listening today, they got 20% off beer, golf, and the great outdoors. They have a sale almost every day, and if you've never bought from them before, you guys can use you can use Run In Pod for 15% off your first order. There is a new Big Van Vader wrestling shirt up there. They've got a new Honky Tonk Man shirt that we talked about a few weeks ago. And they're getting ready for WrestleMania with a giveaway on their website. So check that all out and get in. I know they're going to do a couple more things leading up to WrestleMania as well. And they got some new Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy Smith. Those are two very different people. Yeah, those are and a lot of good stuff up on homage.com. You know, you guys know we love Homage. And if you are going to WrestleMania, try to find me and DJ in the parking lot. We are going to be doing a giveaway with Homage in the parking lot. We're going to be doing some trivia, filming it for the YouTube channel, and we got some shirts to give away to if you get it correct. But yeah, so time for housekeeping. We'll tell you everything that's going on in the world of the Run In podcast. We just recorded a WrestleMania bracket with me and DJ, Nick Thompson from the Fig Cave podcast, and Inner Circle member, Mike Lanham. We break it down. We pick 32 of the best WrestleManias, and then we pit them all against each other and determine the best WrestleMania of all time. It's a good listen. It's on Patreon only right now. We might drop it in the main feed next week. We'll see what happens. But right now, the only place to get that is Patreon. You guys can sign up over at patreon.com/runinpod. And if you're a $1 member and you're like, what the fuck? I signed up and I don't have access to that. That's because you got to get up on the $5 or higher tier to get those bonus episodes and things like that. This week, our giveaway courtesy of Wrestling Collector Shop. It's going to be something, we're going to do a WrestleMania Pick'em. We haven't done one of those in a few. So we'll get that all set up and ready to go before we leave. You'll probably get it set up on Monday and then let it run through the week. You guys can make your picks as far as who you think is going to win at WrestleMania. And one winner will get a figure courtesy of Wrestling Collector Shop. Last week, we gave away a Dewdrop Elite. The winner of that is Big Papa Pumpernickel at Kurt K26. Oh my God. If this is Kurt Kilberg, this guy needs to play the lottery because he has won like our last 3 giveaways. I don't know if it's him or not, but he is our winner. Big Papa Pumpernickel. What a name. Kurt K26 is the at. So if that's you, slide into our DMs either on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll get that dewdrop out to you. Again, I mentioned it. Patreon. We got 3 different tiers out there on Patreon. Patreon.com/runinpod. We've got the $1 tier, very basic, but you get a lot for your $1. You get probably the most valuable piece is access to the Fig Cave Facebook group. We are about 500 members where you can buy, sell, trade toys, talk wrestling with us. Not just wrestling either. It's all kinds of figures. We do life topics and stuff like that in there.
Man.
Giveaways in there. You'll get shout out on an episode. You get access to our show notes, and every month we're giving away something on Patreon. $1 a month will get you one entry into our monthly giveaway. Mid-Carter, that's $5 a month. As I talked about, it'll get you all the access to our exclusive content, watch-alongs, articles, bonus content. It'll get you a run-in sticker. It also gets you all those previous tiers that we just talked about, plus 2 entries into the monthly Patreon giveaway, and you'll get early access to episodes, ad-free content, and a video version of the show, which most of you guys are seeing or a lot of you guys are seeing right now. But you get access to this every week. These beautiful faces you get access to every week in video form if you're a $5 member. And then $10 member, you get everything we just talked about, plus your name on the website as a VIP supporter. Breaking news segments. Once a month, you get to sit in on a live recording with us. And 3 entries into the monthly Patreon giveaway. And you also get not just a Run-In Podcast sticker, but you also get a Run-In Podcast magnet. And you get an exclusive discount code you can use in the Run-In Podcast store. So check that out. And this month's giveaway, by the way, is a Cella Luna retro figure, courtesy of Figure Collections. So we'll give away that sometime next week before we leave for Mania. All you got to do is be a member and you're in. If you want an extra entry, make any purchase for from any of our sponsors, TickPick, Wrestling Collector Shop, Homage, Figure Collections. Send us a screenshot. You'll get 1 extra entry for each item that you purchase, or each purchase that you make, I should say. And then if you change your tier from $1 to $5, you'll get 1 extra entry. If you go from 5 to 10, we'll give you 2 extra entries as well. Moving right along here, Blitzkrieg Pro is back in action this Sunday up in Brattleboro, Vermont. You can get all the info there at blitzkriegpro.net. And then they're back in the House of Pierogies on Friday, May 12th in Enfield, Connecticut. I should be at that show. That's going to be a good one back at their home base. And then just make sure you rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Check out runinpod.com if you missed anything or need one of our discount codes. And if you go to merch.runinpod.com, you can grab a shirt, hoodie, some drinkware. And we've got a Mania sale going on now through WrestleMania. Save 10% on anything in the Run-In store with the code MANIA. 10% off. Go grab yourself something. Get yourself something nice and cute, ready for WrestleMania. We're ready for Falls Count Anywhere. Here we go. D. Robinson says, I'm ready to see Stone Cold. Do you know that person? They said, hi, my brother.
Yes, that is my actual sister.
Oh, all right. All right. DJ's sister. What's up? All right. She's ready to see Stone Cold, man. All right. Falls Count Anywhere.
She's the biggest Stone Cold fan you could possibly.
She's a mark. She's a mark.
Yes.
You gotta show her the jersey I bought.
Oh, that's right. You got
it's on our Instagram, D. Go to our Instagram and check out the Stone Cold jersey I bought. All right, Falls Count Anywhere. It's brought to you by Wrestling Collector Shop. You can use the code RUN10 for 10% off anything over at WrestlingCollectorShop.com. They are going to have SummerSlam Elites in stock next week. They're going to be at WrestleCon. They've got a Effie Major Bendy exclusive that is going to be available only at WrestleCon, except for a brief period of time. It will be available on their website, 9 a.m. Pacific at Friday, March 31st. And you can use our code RUN10, get 10% off on that. And if you spend over $50 on anything in their store, you can use Run-In and get free shipping.
And Effie's at WrestleCon, so you can get it and then have them sign it.
Go have them sign it. That's correct. That is their latest updates. As far as wrestling figures and things go, for the news this week, Impact figures went up for pre-order at their website. It is shop.impact.com, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And these things, man, so Impact. My only grief, or my only gripe, I should
Take a
say,
deep breath.
they don't look terrible. I will say that. But the price tag on these, man, you want to get these in people's hands, right? You want people to have these. It's a $45 price tag.
Woo.
I'm not paying $45 for these.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Wow. I mean, and I'm as much of a Moose fan as anybody else. But like you said, $45 for a figure, like that's a premium, like even for AEW WWE figure, that's
Right.
like the Supreme and
right. It's higher than the Supreme and Ultimates.
And Ultimate. And higher, right. So wow, like I don't know, folks. I think you might want to
the set
walk
includes
that back.
Yeah, the set includes Moose, like you said, Jordan Grace, Eddie Edwards, and Deonna Purrazzo, or Purrazzo. $45 each. You can get them at shopimpact.com. Heels and Faces, Zombie Sailor. He revealed Power and Glory, Hercules Hernandez, and Paul Roma. These things look spectacular. I'm officially out of the retro game, though. I sold all my retros to pay for part of my WrestleMania trip. So I'm officially out. They look great, though, if you're a retro person. And they're one that fits right in with that set where it's like 1990, 1991, 92.
They were there.
I think they were out by 92, but definitely 90, 91, they were in there. Yep. And definitely worth grabbing. Zombie Sailor doing a great job with his stuff. You can also get his Danhausen if you missed it, 12 noon Eastern time on March 29th. It will be included on ProWrestlingTees.com. So you can grab it there if you missed out on the first one. That's another one. And if you go to our YouTube, there is a unboxing that our good friend Mike Lanham did for us on there. So you can check that out. MLW figures, speaking of wrestling figures that going on sale. Those went on sale. You can grab them at Big Bad Toy Store. Again, $40. $40 for Killer Cross, Alexander Hammerstone, Mads Kruger. They do have a belt set, which comes with 6 belts and a trophy for $24.99. And then Jacob Fatu for $39.99. I believe you can use Kyle Peterson's code Kyle for 10% off on that on Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. They're available on both, and I know he has a code for one of them, so use one or the other. I'm not sure which one it is. I forget which, but so next week, with it being WrestleMania, is there any figures you want to see revealed for WrestleMania besides Bad Bunny? Because we actually got confirmation that Bad Bunny's coming. That came last week,
right?
But anything you want to see from our friends over at Mattel as far as wrestling figure reveals go?
It's hard to say. I wonder if we'll see, which I guess I'm pretty sure I should say that we'll probably see some more superstars.
Yep.
So, and probably like how they act, like, because we saw the preview of the Hogan and Roddy.
Yep. Yeah, and just to follow up on that, Hogan has a variant, a chase.
I'll see
in the blue tights.
Right. So I'm pretty sure we'll probably see some more from that. Like that's probably a series, and we'll probably see some more from that.
Yep.
The ring. I'd like to see the ring for those.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to find out if there's a ring coming.
Yeah, because it's like now I got all these superstars. I'd like to put them in a ring.
Yep.
That'd be nice. What else? I'm trying to let's see. I would like a ultimate of the Usos.
That we got those coming.
Okay, or see them. Like, let's see them.
I believe they're going to be ringside exclusives. I believe
that's fine. But yeah, I like to see them. Like, see what outfits would they should have all 4 of the. You should have all 4 of the titles. Make it a tag team set. Like, I don't want to. Don't make me have to go looking for both of them. Just make it a tag team set. I'll pay you.
Yeah. I think that's what they're doing, though. I think it's an ultimate 2-pack.
Good.
For ringside, from ringside. I got our friends over at the Fig Cave, Phil and Nick, can confirm. But I'm pretty sure that that's coming at some point. We saw that like one of their last reveals.
And let's see, who else could we get? And then, they always surprise me. Like they always they always get that one person you're not thinking about, and it's a cool figure, and you're like, okay, you got me. But yeah, I can't like right at the moment. I'm blanking, but I can't wait to see what they got for. Like they usually put on a pretty, they give you something that you didn't know that you needed.
Yeah, especially for at WrestleMania. For me, I want to see. It's not necessarily like something new that we want to see, but like it is. It's the like stuff we've heard is coming down the pipeline. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see the Steiners, the Steiner Elites in the Legends series. I want to see what that Mankind defining moments is going to look like. The ringside exclusive. I would love to see that. I would like to see Javier Diaz kind of brings this up here in the chat. I would like to see some tag team ultimates, like we just talked about the Usos. He says the Rockers. I think the Rockers would be hard to do, obviously, because Marty Jannetty's not under contract. I don't think anybody's signing him to a contract anytime soon, just because of his demons. But like, you get. I'm trying Heart Foundation. Do a Heart Foundation. I know there's a million Bret Harts.
That's a good one.
Diesel
Killer
and Shawn
Bees would be
Michaels, two
pretty
dudes with
toyetic.
attitudes, something like that. Yeah. Javier also wants to see Royal Rumble 2002, Mr. Perfect in an orange singlet. I want to see who the other three are in the retro set with Jerry Lawler that has been teased. I have a feeling we'll see that at Mania. And I also want to see what the next crowdfunding item is. Is it going to be a stage? Is it going to be a ring? What's like another ring? Is it going to be, is it going to be Stone Cold's beer truck? What's it going to be here? We heard rumors a couple weeks ago that it's going to be in the $250 range. So something tells me it's going to be like a Raw's War stage or something like that. So
Night of the Skywalkers.
Yeah.
Just something crazy like that.
As far as who else I want to see, they're doing a great job of covering who they can under contract. So we'll have to.
I wish they could make up with Demolition and
LOD, man. They really needed to make up with them, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. But all right, let's get to DJ's LA tips. This edition is food. Let's do 5 restaurants in the LA area that you suggest hitting up while you're out there at WrestleMania.
All right. So just a quick tip for you. So just once you let's say the which it will be, traffic is going to be crazy when the event lets out. You watched all the fireworks and everything. And so there are places right around the stadium. Okay. So there's a nice shopping center right, a couple minutes walk from the stadium. And you can go there for food while you're waiting for the traffic to let out, right? And then what else? But just while you're around town, it's not Mania night, you're around town. So don't pass up on Randy's. That is you saw, if you saw Iron Man 2, you saw him sitting on the big donut and having a donut and coffee, right? So that is Randy's. Okay, you can't miss it. It's on when you're coming out of when you're driving away from the airport, you'll probably see it. Don't pass it up. It's not, so how you East Coast folks, you go to Dunkin's for coffee. Yeah, you go here for donuts. Okay,
what's it go there
Randy's? Randy's.
All
right. Now, some of you like In-N-Out. That's great.
Hell yeah.
Try a Fat Burger as well. You want to try Fat Burger. Very underrated. I think because I'm one of those. I think In-N-Out's a little bit overrated. So to be honest with you, but try it. Give Fat Burger a try. You want to try to have some fried fish. There are multiple places for this. DM me, because there's so many of them. DM me and I'll give you, if you really you're feeling it. Okay, I want to try this fried fish. I'm DM me for that. What else? Breakfast. So for breakfast, I would either so if you're gonna go Roscoe's, there's do not the Roscoe's, that is the original one. It's in it's in Hollywood. Okay, there's one that's on Manchester. Like, sadly, this one is the one closer to the stadium. That is not the one I would suggest. Okay, there's one, I believe it's on La Brea, if I'm not mistaken, and that is the original one. They have all the original recipes of the of the. You go there, no, not the one on Manchester. Let's see. I think that's 4, right?
Yep.
So one more breakfast place. This place is on. It is on Crenshaw in Manchester. It's called Moby's. It's a Moby's Diner. They give you'll get the most bang for your buck there. Like you can get a short stack pancake plate and you won't finish it, and it will be it'll be under $10. So that's a great place for breakfast, and it'll be right down, and that will be right down the street. Yeah, there are Fuddruckers in Cali.
Yeah, Javier Diaz asked if there are still Fuddruckers up in California. Or
they do have Fuddruckers.
We have them here in Connecticut. We have one here in Connecticut. It's in a casino, actually.
Yeah, but you'll put it this way: you'll like Fatburger more than Fuddruckers. I will tell you that.
All right.
But Moby's is so you'll like Moby's. Moby's is actually, you can walk from Moby's to the stadium. So, all right. So that's one of those you can, if you want to get there for breakfast and then walk down and then waddle down to the stadium after you try to eat all of the food that they give you. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right.
And that's some food for your thoughts in LA.
All right. That brings us to weekly purchases. What? Did you get anything this week, or are you still waiting until next week?
Well, I took Nikki up on the Thunder Rosa.
Okay.
And I had him send it to Inglewood for when I get there.
Nice.
And then I'll have her. So now I will have a chase for her to sign with the pick.
Gotcha. Nice. So you're gonna meet her again at WrestleCon?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, her. I figure I'm gonna take a picture with her and your boy.
Which one?
Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Yep.
Rick. Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, we don't get in West Coast. We don't get Ric Flair. So, Dude, so I'm like, no, I need to do this while he's here.
We've got one of these wrestling conventions coming to the town or the city I grew up in. Mm-hmm. And right now it's called the Wrestling Classic, and right now this is coming in June. Mm-hmm. And right now the main guest is Kurt Angle. Diamond Dallas Page is going to be there. The Godfather, Teddy Long. I'm trying to find the event on Facebook.
Tag team match player.
Yeah. So I can go through all of them. But the lineup is incredible, man. I'm like,
how are we getting all these Teddy guys? Do a drop for us?
I'm going to this honestly. I don't really have anything for Teddy Long to sign, so I think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna ask him if I can get a picture and ask him to do an intro to the show. I think that
would be dope,
amazing. So, there's a few other big names. I said Diamond Dallas Page, Godfather. Oh, Marty Jannetty. Speaking of,
you can go talk to him. Hey, just sign a figure deal with them, all right? so we can get the Rockers.
I'm sure he would. I think it's them that probably doesn't want their name associated with them.
So show up, put some Visine in your eyes.
But man, I'm trying to get the info for this thing, and it's being kind of a pain in the ass. But anyway, my weekly purchases. Speaking of the man, I did the Fitterman mail away for the big event this past week or 2 weeks ago. Got my Hasbro signed. I don't know how well you guys can see it in hot pink.
Yep. In hot pink, yep.
Yeah, it's looking good. I took a picture of it and sent it to you guys to our group chat of it next to the Galoob and it that I have signed, and it looks really good. And I got an Ultimate signed as well.
There you go.
You can see I put a little Post-it note in here with the directions and stuff, but I put it. The Post-it note was right here, with the order number and everything. And he signed up here, by the face. And I'm kind of man, I wish it was a little bit. The signature was
because they probably still had the Post-it note there.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm I got to start putting the Post-it notes down lower, I think. But because all these mail-ins, they want you to They want you to put a post-it note with like your order number, what color pen you want, and stuff. But yeah, it's still an Ultimate. It's not
That's
gonna
all
Ric
right.
Flair.
Yeah, you're good.
Not gonna be upset about that. So, and then
Nah.
I'm saving my money for WrestleMania too. So,
Yep.
But
just got an email about they're emailing about the Superstore now.
Oh, anything good in there, or is it just like the times for people that are really gonna be there?
Let's see, man. The store hours. It closes every night at midnight.
Yeah, dude. Liv Morgan's gonna be at it at like 10 o'clock on Saturday night, like after Mania. She's gonna be there.
Oh, she's gonna. Hopefully, they give her some coffee or something because she's
right?
gonna be exhausted.
If you guys are going to that, make sure you reapply your deodorant,
please, please, because you're gonna be out like, and that's not even an insult. Like you're gonna be out, you're gonna be hopping around in the like, I think it looks like we're gonna be in the 60s, in the mid 60s. When I looked up the
shorts
weather.
and t-shirt, I'm good with that. Maybe a light hoodie. We'll see.
Right. So yeah, so you're gonna, WrestleMania. For those of you who have not gone, like you're gonna put some energy out. Like you're gonna be emotionally invested. You're gonna be excited. Deodorant. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. It's not your enemy. Anyway, what are you watching this week, DJ? Or what have you been watching?
You gave me I am like saving up those Mandos and Ted Lassos for the for the downtime on the trip.
Yep.
Definitely still like every week I'm watching Legends and Rivals.
Yeah, I just started watching those. Yep.
And I have also been having during the workday having the old Manias in the background. I'm like, it is putting me in the mood, Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse hollering about stuff like that's nostalgic and gets me going.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I've been watching old Manias. I'm up to 13, I think. I haven't been like watching them in depth. They're just like I said, or like you said, on in the background. And then World Baseball Classic, man, what a good time.
Oh, that was good.
Even though Edwin Diaz got hurt and is out for the year, such a Mets thing.
Wow.
But, it definitely. But
that was from the crazy celebration. It's not like he did it like slide in the second or something.
I think it's worse that he did it in the celebration.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so because I know owners are gonna start complaining and not letting like the really good players play in this.
They already signed on for it for 2026, and
okay, good.
And a lot of the players, I think Kyle Schwarber from the Phillies, he goes, "This is our Olympics. Like we're doing this.
Yeah, like it is." So that's what I'm worried about. I don't want them to. I don't want them to. The owners to try to step in and stop players from playing. That's what I'm worried. No, this was great.
Yeah,
that was a great match. Like like that last match with Japan and USA was a heck of a game.
Yeah.
Ohtani is he's the truth,
dude. It's so cool seeing Ohtani. I mean, I wanted US to win, obviously, but it was cool to see Ohtani strike out Trout to win the game.
You can't write that. Like if you wrote that in a movie, people are like, "Oh, I saw that coming," and then it happens in real life. You're like, "Oh my god!" Like I was, we paused the trivia game. Like I was hosting trivia. We was like, "Well," I was like, "Oh, wait, we need to watch this," and everybody's like, "Yeah, we do."
Nice.
We all watched.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I was at the Bruins game and I was checking my phone nonstop. That was another thing. I went to the Bruins game on Tuesday, so I didn't buy anything.
Good.
Got my kid like a hat, but it was like $12.99 or something. It was on clearance, so I was like, whatever, I'll get him this. But dude, that's one thing. Talking about parenthood, my kid being such a hockey fan that he is. Also, shout out to little Logan Paradise, student of the month at his school this month. Woo! But he. Me and him, every time we go to every time I go to a Bruins game, it's with him since he's been 6 years old or something like that. Now this past Tuesday was the first time I went with like just me and a buddy. So weird going to something he loves so much without him. It was just like the whole time I'm like, man, this is weird. I had a blast. Don't get me wrong. But I was just like, man, I feel kind of dirty being here without him.
I'm cheating.
Yeah. But it was funny. He was watching the game at home and he was texting me as things were happening. So that was cool to see. So
and then sometime today, my package from On Location, who I'm using for WrestleMania tickets gets here today.
Nice.
At some point today.
You might have
So
to go live on Instagram and do that and show off like what you get with all that.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so because it's something different. Like this is very different for me. So I want to, or probably for, I'm pretty sure most of us. Like, is this the first year On Location been doing this?
That's
my guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've seen like the email for ticket packages before, but I don't know if it's through them or somebody else or whatever.
Right.
But just a quick circle back. Tyson Trevino says the only thing he purchased this week was 2K23 and Resident Evil 23. So I still have not purchased WWE 2K23. Again, I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale.
You're gonna have to give us a review there, brother.
It's getting good reviews from what I saw, but let us know how it is. Time for the rundown. It's all our shout outs, all our sponsors, friends of the pod, the Fig Cave podcast. Make sure you check out them, Nick and Phil, doing all the world of wrestling figures. And this week they actually do their bracket, their March Madness bracket of Ultimates. So make sure you check that out. Conversations with Kenny over at the call up. Check him out. Gorilla Brain Podcast, Pro Wrestling Podcast. Also, Javier Diaz is here in the chat. He's got a YouTube channel that he does a lot of unboxings and stuff like that with his son. So make sure you check that out. It is J&J Toy Giants. Make sure you check out the Wrestling Collector Shop. Use the code RUN10 for 10% off. Homage. Use our link on our website. And then we got JJ Toys, J&J Toys. They're on Whatnot. JJ Figures is their website. You guys can use the code FIG. Is it FIG or CAVE? I think it's CAVE. JJ Figures, and the code is CAVE for 10% off. Every day they have a different deal of the day. Today's deal of the day is actually a Cody Rhodes Supreme for $45 American dollars. And then you can use the code for that. So check back on their website every day for a different daily deal. And those guys are streaming on Whatnot on, let's see here. They do B's Bargain Bin on Tuesdays, and then they do $5 Fridays. Those are usually the ones I watch is the Friday shows. 1 o'clock Eastern time, all good stuff. They also have a flagship brother stream on Sundays. So make sure you check those out, guys. Good brothers, really good guys to do business with. SeatGeek, any of your tickets you want to buy, check out SeatGeek.com. Use the code RUNINPOD for $20 off your first order. And then check out Barrios Toys as well. They have somebody coming there too, I believe. I forget.
They got Conan.
Conan, that's right. I forgot all about that. I forgot who or I just couldn't think of who it was.
Go get K-Dogs.
Yeah, go get that.
And then just so breaking news here. So Fitterman, we were just talking about. And we were talking about how they needed more people on Friday for meet and greets.
Yeah, Bailey is sold out.
Bailey sold out, so they to go with Bailey on Friday. We got Asuka. Asuka is now gonna be there on Friday.
That's a big one.
So Friday looks like at 1. So right before. So she's before Bailey. Bailey's at 2. Asuka Friday at 1. You can meet and greet.
Nice. Very cool.
Empress of Tomorrow.
Yeah, very cool. And they're on their Instagram and stuff like that. You guys can see all their signings and stuff the week of, and times and prices and things like that. So make sure you follow us over at runinpod.com. Check out YouTube. Most of you are, because you're watching on YouTube right now, youtube.com/the Run In Podcast. We got a whole lot of new subscribers over there. So thank you guys, everybody who's hit that subscribe button. On Twitter, we are at Run In Podcast. Instagram is at the Run In Pod. A bunch of new followers over there as well. DJ, you can pimp yours out if you would like.
Sure thing. So Fig Night 27, FIGKNIGHT 27 on both Twitter and Instagram, and coming very soon. I'm going to be in the travel business, so you can hit me up. Also,
that's right. I have to send you my info.
Yeah, and so you can hit me up for let me handle your travel for you. So that's coming. DM me, let me know.
Yeah. All right. That is it. Our go home show for WrestleMania will be next week.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. and we'll have our itinerary. We'll let you guys know our itinerary, where we're going to be, what we're doing, all that good stuff as we head into WrestleMania weekend. And make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, because like I said, we will be doing stuff all weekend long. My name's Tommy Paradise.
It's your boy DJ.
Don't forget to check your balls or whatever I said earlier. I forget what I said now.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, check your balls, whatever. Anyway, have a great week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This has been episode number 127 of the Run In Podcast.